What's going on, Boiler Nation? It is Wednesday night. It's October 8th, 2025. Happy October to everybody out there. Now that we're officially in October, last week when we were doing our episode, we were not in October yet. So it's October now. So happy Halloween season to everybody, I guess, that's into that stuff. But I'm Tanner Lee, co-host Aaron Lynch, back on the pod last week. Aaron, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. You and Evan both for giving that shout out. You guys did great last week.
Yeah, Evan was a little mad at me, I think, when I brought up that the fact that she could be a future boiler, and then I was trying to guess the graduation year, and Evan's just like, stop right now. Stop. Don't want to think that far in the future. I'm like, all right,
she did get a Boilermaker box.
Very cool.
For the newborns. So she will be the future Boilermaker.
Very cool. And other co-host, Evan Webb, just entering the chat here, so cannot see him. There he is.
Okay.
There he is. What's up, Webby?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Aaron?
Not a lot. Just a little lack of sleep.
Yep.
Lack of patience.
You know.
See, I already have a lack of patience, so yeah. So, but how we doing, fellas? How we doing? I know we suffered a frustrating loss on Saturday at the hands of the Illini, 43-27. But how we feeling going into this road trip of Minnesota, Purdue's first trip out of the state of Indiana? Another game under our belts. I mean, are you still feeling like you did about the team going into Illinois? You feeling worse? Feeling better somehow? I don't know how.
I mean, I liked what I saw from the offense on Saturday. For the most part, obviously, besides all the drop passes, which we can get into, but the fact that they're able to move the ball and score some points, I'll bet the self-inflicted turnovers, all that stuff. But I like that they were, wasn't a, 3 and out every single drive. It's just, aside from the defense being just an absolute sieve, if you hope that they can kind of fix some of that, then I like our chances compared to and I know you and I, Tanner, talk about the game. Like, I know you said it multiple times with some of the throws, like Altmaier is going to be a pro. Like, he is a really good QB.
And Aaron's been pounding that drum all year on the podcast about Illinois and Altmaier. So
yeah. Until, I guess we'll see what's saying in Ohio State, but I don't think Purdue will see another quarterback like that until we play Indiana at the last game of the season, which Mendoza is probably a little better and has better weapons. But Purdue, the fact that Purdue kept it close for them, within striking distance, that whole second half, it was like, hey, if we can score here, we're within a touchdown or whatever, we can put some pressure on them and we'll see what happens. And then it was just like something it was a drop pass, it was a turnover. It was always something, but I didn't leave the game feeling like super discouraged. Just like, man, if we could just clean some things up, I hope this could be, we should be able to win a few games with the schedule.
Aaron, what were your takeaways from watching?
I will say, I know you guys didn't have the angles, but Altmaier was dropped. Some of those passes were dying. Those were NFL, dropping a barrel out there right in the receiver's arms. There's not much he could have done, but the lack of pass rush up front definitely, I think, is concerning.
Second half was a little better.
It's too inconsistent. When you can't have inconsistent play, then you're relying on those DBs without, the one player that you were making a cornerstone of this defense, and Tony Grimes. It's kind of, your DBs are going to get worked if they have to sit there in coverage against receivers and a quarterback that have had chemistry and time. And I think Saturday was the big kicker for me, seeing like, this is truly a new staff and 82 new players. This is where the rubber meets the road. Like, we don't have the chemistry that Illinois does in regards to the program, and that definitely showed.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Illinois had some of the most retention of any Power 4 team out there. Probably any team, let's be honest. There's not too many non-Power 4 teams that are keeping retain a lot of players anymore. So, yeah, that definitely came through. But like you said, Webby, it just every time we seem to get a little momentum, we shot ourselves in the foot. Up 7-3, driving to at least get up 10-3, if not 14-3. Michael Jackson fumbles. Later on, the defense finally gets a 3-and-out. First one that seemed like they'd got all game pretty much. In the middle of the late third quarter, down 9, Michael Jackson fumbles the punt. Not only that, there was like 10 Purdue guys around the ball. I don't know how Purdue didn't end up recovering that. And then both times, after both fumbles, Illinois scores pretty quickly. Just takes the air right out of the stadium. So,
just like the whole second quarter was just abysmal. It's like you can just not give up what was like 20, 21, 24, 27 points, something like that. It was in the 20s. I know that. Like if you just not like give up that many, you never know. Like
it's a very good point.
Put the pressure on them. Yeah, they had all the pressure on them. There was a whole talk of, hey, they've just beat USC. They've got Ohio State coming into town next. Like, if you put the pressure on them, who knows what happens? But yeah, you just put yourself way behind the 8 ball with that second quarter after playing a decent first quarter.
Yeah. Defensive backs had their worst game of the year. We know Tony Grimes was out, but he wouldn't have mattered that much, I don't think. I mean, maybe from a communication standpoint, though, he could have really helped. That's what made it sound like it was a lot of breakdowns there with the communication. I was pleased with the pass rush finally showing up a little bit in the second half. Still waiting for that first interception of the year. It's crazy to think
Purdue hasn't close. There was some point in the second half that was close.
I mean, even with the pass rush, it was still inconsistent, though, in that second half. There was time. I mean, it's not like what we had at Scorton Jenkins 2 years ago. I get that. Those guys are world beaters. But it's just hit or miss. I mean, they do try. I will give them that, unlike last year's games.
Yeah, it's not a lack of effort. It's just, I don't know, it's a lack of speed, size, scheme. I don't know. But we're not the only team in the country that doesn't have an interception yet. There's 5 others. We're one of 6.
Okay.
So, but still, it's just crazy to me. Like, how have they not lucked into one? Tipped the ball or something. Yeah. Maybe it's coming this weekend. But it did on offense. I really liked what we saw from the run game.
Finally.
I mean, Maccabee ran hard. Still hasn't had that big breakout run, but had Harris. Yeah, this was the Harris game. Antonio Harris. I mean, he definitely showed off his speed. Corey Smith, number 12 wide receiver, caught a touchdown. I mean, that's one thing. I know I told you this, Evan. Like, even if we're going to lose games, I like to see young guys performing well because that's a bright spot in the future, assuming Purdue can retain said young guys. But I liked what I saw of those two.
And there was some good blocks and holes on the offensive line when they showed it on TV. So that was encouraging. So given that those didn't exist in the Notre Dame game, this is a defensive front that was returning and that does have late NFL round talent. That to me, that was encouraging. Yep. Again, what I said earlier, 82 new guys. This is starting to show that it's truly 82 new guys and all being on the same page and continuity and consistency. It just isn't there.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you guys think Ryan Brown played?
Why is he throwing the ball 50 times a game? That was my question.
Down 2 touchdowns the majority of the game. I guess we kind of felt like we had to, but that's probably too many.
I thought for the most part he impressed me. Like I maybe it's just my bar was just so low for him. Probably not fair to him, but I just did not want him to sling it around like this. I mean, he had a handful of balls that weren't great, or like I know Tanner pointed out there was one that was just like the ball, like it was just like pointing down when he threw it to a receiver. But I mean, just the fact that he's just a competitor, he's a gamer, and I feel like guys can rally around that. I think it's part of the reason why this team doesn't quit. Is just he just seems like he's got everybody, got the command of the huddle and of the team. He can just progress and be solid. Because at first, each week I get, I'm going into the year, I was like, man, we're gonna have Ryan Brown this year, but we're gonna try and get, an experienced portal quarterback. It's like, if he continues to impress, it's like, are we gonna need one? Obviously, we're gonna probably get, some backups or whatever. But like, we're gonna be in search of a starting quarterback, in the spring. And each week I'm just like, I don't think that's gonna be the case. I don't know. He's really impressed me for the most part.
To me, he's getting better every week.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't throw an interception this week. And one thing I liked what you called him a gamer. I mean, we've seen him score some chaotic touchdowns this year, and it doesn't seem to rattle him when a play breaks down. He can still make something happen.
So Trevor Lawrence did his best Ryan Brown impression on Monday night.
There you go. He sure did. I would like to see him be a little more consistent accuracy wise. Yeah. And I think he'll get there, but he's been a lot better through the first portion of the season than I thought he would be, for sure.
I like that he's spreading it around, like how you said, Terrence. Like, I feel like last year it was like there was two guys that it was Max Clare and maybe someone else. Like maybe someone.
Who was he supposed to lock into?
Yeah, that's true. And it was just like, or like even a couple years ago, it was Charlie Jones and a cast of others essentially. Yep. So it's just like, it's nice to see, obviously the results aren't there, but nice to see the ball like at least have the threat of like, hey, one of these guys can kind of go off. Obviously, Jackson had outside the turnovers had like, a lot of catches, and Smith was awesome. Tuggle struggled, but he's had some good games too. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's nice that if one guy, again, we lost. So it's kind of like, it's like if Tuggle struggles, it's not like the whole receiving core is just MIA, right. Like, which is encouraging.
Well, I don't think they've figured out the rotation yet either, which
I would agree.
Can be a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, we saw Chauncey Magwood make his debut from Central Florida. Still haven't seen Morissette yet, and by all signs going into the season, he was going to be number one on the depth chart.
Yeah.
So maybe this week, I don't know. I haven't really read anything involving him. One position that's really struggling for Purdue is tight end. Yeah. I mean, George wasn't out there Saturday. Tight end was pretty much non-existent. Mm-hmm. Rico Walker caught the first ball of the game, and then he and Evans really got no action. They're pretty much in there to block. They got to figure that out a little bit because, as you guys know, being football fans, a good tight end is such a weapon to have. Mm-hmm. I thought the offensive line played all right. Jalen St. John went out with an injury, but I thought Hank Purvis played pretty well in replace of him. So it's nice to actually have some depth to where you're not just panicking like, oh my gosh, we got to burn this kid's red shirt and put him in. Or we got to move this tackle to guard or move the center to tackle like a few years ago. Gus Hartwig playing all 5 positions on the
line. Well, I mean, Odom said that they can go 3 deep on the line, and it showed on Saturday. I mean, maybe it's not, not a high ceiling with this line, but it's not a low floor like we've seen before.
Yeah. Right.
And I think Nona actually graded out really well with Pro Football Focus too. I think he graded out pretty well.
Yeah. So and then on defense, Powell
before we jump to defense, I was thinking about this on Saturday. Ryan Brown reminding you all of David Blau in 2016.
A little bit.
And how that's kind of where I think Brown has a higher ceiling than Blau in regards to natural physical traits. It's just I feel like I'm watching 2016 David Blau at times out there.
I think he's got a little better arm maybe than David. Definitely has the leadership qualities and stuff that can make plays. I mean, that's what, David Blau was such a leader. He can make plays. And that's what I've liked about Ryan Brown. I mean, he's going to make mistakes, but he seems to make up for it. I mean, really his worst game is USC, and that's because of those red zone turnovers. Mm-hmm. Take those away, and he's had a really good season so far. I'm sure Bill Belichick wishes he had him.
I guarantee he's happy he ain't there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a train wreck.
But he only took 2 sacks on this weekend, so that was good. I was impressed by that. I mean, I'm just seeing. I feel like what we saw the progression of Blau from 15 to 19. We're probably seeing that with him, but again, I think he has a lot more natural ability than Blau did.
And we got to remember that this was only his 7th start. Saturday. I mean, it's kind of hard to believe because, especially of his age, he's older than a redshirt sophomore. Most redshirt sophomores, I should say. Probably not all of them. Now that we're into
he's had a
college
hell of a 7
athletics.
starts too. They've mostly been ranked teams.
That's a good point too. That's a good point too. This will be his. Yeah, this will be his third road start up in Minnesota on Saturday.
And third non-ranked start too against.
Yeah, it was all this year too.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even put that together. Well, that's wild. And then, but on the defense side, two guys I want to give a shout out. We could do this every game. Manny Powell and Charles Correa. Those guys combined for 20+ tackles. They just fly around the field. They know the scheme. I know Powell's a senior. I hope Correa's got to be on one of the top guys on Purdue's list to retain. And from what I heard on the For Pete's Sake podcast, I mean, he came to Purdue just because of Odom. He followed Purdue, Odom to Purdue. So I would like to think he'll stay, but those two are fun to watch. I wish we had a lot more of those guys on the field.
Yeah.
Do you want to go in the helmet stickers then? Sounds like you want to give it a helmet sticker to both of them.
Well, I think, sure, we can do that. I'll give it my helmet sticker to Correa. I mean, I don't know how many solo tackles he had, but he had 11 assisted tackles. I know that. So the dude he's the flying Hawaiian on Saturday. He was flying around. So I'll give him my helmet sticker, which I'm too lazy to go get my helmet this week.
All right.
I'll give mine to Antonio Harris. Is that Purdue's longest run of the year? It was exciting. It was nice to see. I feel like we haven't seen that.
He hits the hole hard.
Yeah, he did. It was a great. I don't know if it was Smith on the outside, but it was a great block by the receiver to get his guy out there, then seal him off. But it was just all around great play. But just the fact that I feel like we haven't seen a run like that in quite some time. So that was
in a while.
It was nice to see.
I'll give mine to the punt team coverage.
Oh my god!
I knew it was going to be special teams related.
Gotta go 3 phases, folks. They held Illinois to 0 punt return yards this Saturday. That's impressive. So to get down there in coverage and hold them to 0 yards, that coverage team, those Gunners, they'd get the helmet sticker today.
Yeah, I like that. The Gunners probably won't get another helmet sticker all year, so that's all right. All right, I can live with that. And I thought Jack outpunted Crimmins. That's one of the only times I've seen a punter get booed, opposing punter get booed in Rothschild. I don't know if I can ever recall that happening before. That was pretty good.
Well, the problem was he was the MVP last year on that team. Easily. Didn't get any field goal opportunities from Porath this game. But no, I don't feel any more down on the team than I did going to Illinois. I was just bummed afterwards because I felt like that's a game Purdue really could have been in and maybe even snuck away with a win if they didn't shoot themselves.
Illinois did not play well.
No, they didn't.
By their standards. So it's just one of those things where it's like if you could have just not play god awful on defense.
Yep.
Like what was it? They had 5 plays for it was ungodly.
8 for 300.
8 for 300. That's what it was. Yeah, it was just stupid. And at one point, Altmaier was averaging 20 yards a throw, which is dumb.
Yeah.
But he's a great quarterback as much as I hate him. Some like you said, Lynch, some of those throws were just like nothing the guy could do. It was just perfect. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, the Raiders would have loved to have him on Sunday.
I'm glad they don't. They can keep Gino.
They might.
They might, though. They might. Lynch, you're more so the guy here on the podcast that takes a lot of stock in the penalties. What did you think about the penalties Saturday and the kind of lack of discipline at times that kind of came out Saturday? That was surprising to me in the home game.
I think Owen's press conference after the game said it all. Not being prepared, I was just between actually beating my daughter and watching the game at the same time, trying to multitask. I was like, seeing those penalties, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But listen, I know Odom will never come out and say the lack of talent, but I'm
glad you finally realized that.
He might next year. That's the only thing I can think of now.
If anything, it'll be at the end of the season. It was just like painting.
No,
13
he
or
won't.
14. We'd be like, these guys are my fault.
the only time he's going to do it is after this new transfer window, if he does do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do it at the end of the season, then guys who are on the fence are leaving, like, screw this, I'm leaving. I'm gone. Coach doesn't believe in me.
I think hearing from Shear this week as well, I just love his press conferences. It's concerning to me, but I'm also going back to what point I've made now 3 times. 82 new guys, that's going to happen now. Yeah. There's no getting over it. So it is, unfortunately, cause of the course here. I hope we don't see this in November. Not going to lie.
Sure.
Because we want to improve each month. If we're starting to show regression, I think all fans will have some cause for concern. Like, did you bring in the right guys, or did you just reach just basically needy positions?
Sure. Doug and Angelata here on YouTube, really good summary. Front 7 on D looked better, not the secondary. O has been getting better. Can't afford the drops, fumbles, and penalties. That's pretty good synopsis of the game Saturday.
They're just not good enough to to do those things and still have a chance to win in the slightest.
Yeah, not against a ranked team, especially.
Yeah, especially.
These next 3 games are going to tell a lot.
Yeah.
Minnesota, I mean, it's not going to be easy. It's on the road. Northwestern's also on the road. Rutgers. But those are 3 programs Purdue needs to try to be on the same level of. And it's weird that, like, Minnesota has become a pretty darn good football program under PJ Fleck, because before him, Purdue was okay, not with Darrell Hazel, but before that, Purdue was above Minnesota for years and years and years. It's not really been the case.
I would say we were on par with when Jerry Kill was there. Jerry Kill was pretty good.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
And if it wasn't for the seizures, I mean, Fleck took that team that Kill assembled and took them to that 10-2 season.
Yep. Doug and Angelata here on YouTube. I appreciate Coach's honesty and frustration. Yeah, I did too.
Yep.
I mean, usually he's been real positive, even after losses, and this was the most, I think, honest and true emotions came out. Like, he was frustrated with the players, the coaches, himself. I mean, he's pretty much said everybody's got to improve, and I mean, I think he realized the game was there. Purdue could have had it, and they just didn't take advantage. I mean, dropped the opportunity in more ways than one.
Did Hope ever act like that? I can't remember. And if he did, do you remember him coming in? Okay.
No, he was usually pretty. I mean, I was only around him the last two years, and more so 2012 than I was 2011. And that was such a weird year because, I mean, the rumor going around inside the building was Morgan had a talk with him after Minnesota, pretty much told him he was gone. So I don't know how you're supposed to coach the rest of the year when you have like 5 games left at the time. You need to win 3 to make a bowl, and you're knowing you're gone. So it was just really strange. But more so, he was usually a pretty positive guy from what I saw. And he didn't like talking to the media, so I don't think the media ever really.
That was kind of the thing too. Was just like, I think that was part of the rub with some Purdue fans and probably the AD was just like he just wasn't good with the media. He was kind of like, I mean, he was just kind of a clown. I don't mean that like in the super derogatory, but he was just like he was.
A lot of media didn't think he was very bright.
That's okay. That's a better way.
I mean, I'll throw it out there, and that's not the case. I mean, he really stemmed back, unfortunately, to his first season, that Notre Dame loss, in which they took the time out. The media kind of questioned him about it, and he didn't handle it the best way after that game. And from then on, he just didn't have a very good relationship with the media.
Yeah.
Doug and Angie here said, I think that's the most emotion I remember from a Purdue coach. The only other one I remember, and it involves this team we're playing this weekend, was the 2020 season when Purdue played at Minnesota and the Phantom offensive PI call Payne Durham. Jeff Brown was pretty fired up at the end of that game and afterwards with his comments. He did not hold back.
He was running after the ref that game.
Yeah, they had to hold him back.
There were a few times where after a game like Braum, you could tell like he would start, like he'd be calm, he'd start talking, and then like what he was saying was just pissing him off even more. He just kept getting more fired up.
Gritting his teeth. Yep. I'm sure he had a lot more chair throws behind the scenes than we were privileged to see. But This Minnesota Purdue series has been a really odd one. Minnesota leads it all time, 41 wins to Purdue's 35. There's been 3 ties. Purdue's on a 2-game win streak, though. 23, Ryan Walters sank that boat by a score of 49 to 30.
It was a blowout.
Yep.
And then the year before was Purdue's only win in Minnesota's current stadium, 20 to 10, which went a long ways in winning the West that year. For that, Fleck had rattled off 4 straight wins over Jeff Brom. He kind of had his number. Jeff Brom beat him the first time they played in 2017. That was the storm delay game, and Juwan Bentley sealed it with a pick 6. Before that, Minnesota won 4 straight during the Darrell Hazel era, and then the last time Purdue played at Minnesota in the Danny Hope era.
Wasn't the 2014 game? That was like, it was kind of a close game.
39-38.
Yep.
Yeah. That was like, I remember watching, I was in my house across from Rossade. I think I was home alone or whatever for some reason, but I was watching him. I was like, it was like the first time I'd been excited during a Purdue football game in a while. And I was like, okay, this is good. We're making progress.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. Nope. Nope.
I was going to say, let's jump to blind rankings because I've
got trivia too. So,
well, mine's Purdue Killers Minnesota version. I stole this from Chuck Garfine. I love it when he does with the White Sox.
Yeah, we can jump right in it because I was going to say, guys, like everybody wants to talk about Wisconsin being the owners of Purdue, which they are, but we've only seen Purdue win at Minnesota since all 3 of us. I'm saying we've been fans since 2000. Okay, we've only seen Purdue win at Minnesota 3 times. Yep. I mean, this has kind of been a house of horrors for Purdue, surprisingly.
Yep, I realized that. Yeah.
Yeah. 01, 07, and 22. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, go for it. Trivia, blind rankings, whatever you guys want.
All right. Do you want to do trivia first or you want me to go blind rankings?
It's pretty straightforward. All right. Trivia. It's kind of a 2-parter. One part of it should be easier than the other. But just straight up, when was the last time Purdue won a football game in the month of October? Give me the year and the team.
Um,
22.
Yeah, I was going to say 22. And was it Maryland?
Lynch, what's your guess?
Was it Maryland's the only one coming to my mind that as well.
At Maryland?
Okay. You guys are half right. It was 2022. It was October 15th, 2022 against another team with red, Nebraska. Purdue won 43-37.
Scott Frost.
Yep. It was I believe it was at home.
Yeah, we wore gold. Yep. It was a night game. We wore the gold jerseys. Yeah. Good trivia.
Almost 3 years ago was our last time we won a game in October. Last year, obviously, no. I thought for sure we won one Walter's first year, but that Illinois game was September 30th.
We haven't won a road Big Ten game since 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Indiana, Jeff Brom. We haven't won a game against a Power 4 team since 2023.
Yeah, Indiana.
I mean, man, stop the bleeding. Go for it, Lynch. Let's just continue to bleed. Let's open it up why we are.
So, this is Purdue Killers Minnesota version. Again, stole this from Chuck Garfine on their Emmy-nominated show, White Sox pregame.
Who is Chuck Garfine? Oh, okay. He works for the White Sox.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, him and Ozzy. Ozzy and Chuck, nominated show. So, I'm going to give... Say what? Low bar.
Low bar.
Sure. So I want to give you some names, and some of them are going to be from the past that, Tanner, that you talked about with the games that honestly we got blown out on. Like they were single game performances. I mean, it's lopsided when you look at the wins and losses against Minnesota. So first one I'm going to start with is the running back of Shannon Brooks in 2015. Shannon Brooks busted onto the scene as a freshman here, rushing with 17 rushes and 176 yards on the ground against the Hazel and crew. Production went down for Brooks every single year. He was never the same running back, really, after this season. Purdue lost this game against Minnesota 41-13. So where do you rank in the Minnesota version of Purdue Killers?
I remember the name, don't remember the game. 2015 was an awful season. 2-10, if I believe. I mean, and the score you said, I mean, that's just a whooping. I'll put him at 4.
That's what I was going to put him at 4 because who wasn't a Purdue killer?
Yeah, I remember the name, but yeah, he didn't go on to have a stellar career or anything.
No, he didn't, because the next guy here kind of took some shine off of him. Mohammed Ibrahim, 2018.
Oh, yeah. Was it Ibrahim?
Ibrahim, sorry. He played for the Lions last.
Yep.
He had a nasty injury.
Yes.
In 2018, he put up 156 yards and 18 rushes against Jeff Brom and company. It was, I don't know if you all remember it.
I heard 41-10 in the snow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the rumors started swirling about Louisville. I was depressed. I'm like, we're going to lose our coach. We're going to lose the next few games. We're not going to make a bowl. This sucks. We're going to go back into the dumpster fire. We're going to go hire Les Miles. We're going to.
Yep.
I'm putting him at 2. That was I remember directly watching that game. And I was just so pissed because most of that year was a bright spot. Now it was just a whooping.
Yeah. I also had it too.
Right. That's kind of where I was hoping you all take it, because that's what I was remembering. I was like, this NFL running back. And I don't know if you all remember, Devondre Campbell was on that defense too. Played for the Packers. Maybe you should know, being a Bears fan with the dreads. Totally forgot he was at Minnesota. So, all right. Next one. Lawrence Maroney, 2005.
I was waiting for him. God.
Yep. This game I remember
that game.
in the Metrodome. Maroney had 46 carries. Holy
double
crap.
overtime. I'm still fired up 20 years later.
Double overtime win, had 217 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
He even had a pass attempt that game, if you all remember.
Bernard Pollard about killed a guy that game.
Yes.
He spine busted a dude. He literally, it would be illegal now to get a flag now. But that team was loaded. They ranked 13th, I believe, at the time. Purdue was 11th. And they went on a big losing streak, 5-7, till their first year not making a bowl. I put Maroney number 1. He was a good college player, ended up being a pretty good pro too. So he killed Purdue that day. And that was a good Purdue defense. Nobody ran on Purdue defenses back then. Now everybody does, but nobody did back then. So
yeah. I hate to agree with it, but I remember. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I forgot about that Bernard Pollard play too. I remember watching that.
Boom. Yep. Slammed him down. It was like WWE, but
it was.
I remember that. And in the old Metrodome on that Astros.
What a piece of crap place that was.
Yeah, that place was awful,
especially for Twins games.
All right. So what do you both have? 3 and 5 left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This one should be close to Tanner's heart because he's already brought up that game. Philip Nelson, the quarterback for Minnesota in 2012. This was his second start. And if you remember, he completed 12 straight passes to start the game. Had 3 touchdowns on it. And Minnesota went out in a first half lead of 34-7 because of this.
End up 44-28. We finally made a quarterback switch late, but didn't matter at that point. But I remember watching in my apartment and being frustrated because I'm a manager at the time. Like, practice gonna suck tomorrow. And one of my other roommates was rooting for Minnesota, which pissed me off even more. What numbers do we have left?
We both have 3 and 5.
I'm letting Evan go first here.
I'll put it at 5. I don't remember this. It was
I'll put it at 3 because I'm sure practice sucked next day. I don't remember, but I'm sure it did.
No time is illusion. I think you all are going to want to re-rank this one.
Yeah.
So the last one, I had to do it. Barnhart Hall and Robbie's knee.
Oh, my God.
It's truly
5. I don't want to talk about it.
That's truly the worst Purdue killer, I would think. Minnesota version, that is, regardless of basketball or football.
I mean, I guess the thing that it's always going to sting, but at least Rob went back 2 years later and had a great game there. But
yeah, we tore it later that fall. Good.
No, that was the next year, not 2 years later.
No, it was that October. He tore it in February and re-tore it in practice.
Right.
Yeah, but what I meant, 2 seasons later, when I should say, then he went back and tore them up. Tore them up. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, no. See, you guys are getting tricky now with your throwing basketball in here with the football blind ranking. So now
last week.
Next week, I'm gonna have to really be careful with my strategy next week. Now,
I was wondering when you started this, like, what if he's gonna throw who is the guy who was a beast on the boards for Minnesota, like
Murphy
Humphreys?
2019. I was like,
Murphy,
like Murphy in
6'7"
there,
senior or center.
Yeah. No, I remember I was visiting Purdue as a senior in high school. I stayed with you and then I was able to sat in the student section that game. I remember he was just like, "Did you get a text from somebody?"
Aaron.
It was you. Yeah, it was right. It was you.
Because Aaron wasn't at Purdue yet.
Yeah. And
I thought he was joking. I'm like,
yeah, we're like, there's no way. And then you could just like feel the ripple effect in the student section of like people were starting to find out, and just like there was like a solid 10 minutes where no one was paying attention to the football game whatsoever. We were with a guy who just like up and left the game.
He left.
He was so distraught. He just left the game.
Purdue had a good football win that day, but nobody cared, as they should.
Yeah,
nobody cared.
Yeah. We were like preseason. We preseason number 1, and like I think it was like Andy Katz dropped us to like 24 or something like that, or something stupid.
Yep. Playboy had us number 1. I still want to get my hands on that edition. I'll leave it at that.
So how would you rank him?
Robbie's 1. Nothing else matters after that.
Yeah, I'd move Rob to 1 and Maroney 2. I'll shift everybody back 1. I'd be fine with that.
Thought it was going to be a good trip down memory lane.
Always is. So fun on these blind rankings.
Basketball should be more fun because we should have some.
That's right.
Football's been painful.
Oh, we can get in the vault and rip some heartbreakers in basketball too. But you're right.
The nice thing
is
that 2024 healed a lot of those wounds for me.
Like, we have not had that in football yet.
Yeah, I would love to do a full Purdue killers, like top 10 killers, both basketball and football. I think Barnhart Hall's floor and Robbie's knee is probably up there on top 5. But I'm trying to think of others.
Evan
Orton Fumble, Evan Turner, Orton Fumble,
Diebler,
Buford,
anybody from Ohio State and from 2007 to 2012.
Yeah. Carl here on YouTube, compared to 2024, I'm glad coaches and fans are frustrated. We care about Purdue football again. Yeah. No, it's good to care. I mean, we've always cared here, but yeah, absolutely. We'll have to do something like that sometime, Lynch. I think you're onto something there. Some killers in football and basketball, moments, players, games. Yeah.
I think Chuck's
we love misery. We love misery.
It's not mine. It's just me watching Chuck's program.
Hey, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. So, you guys want to pick some games, and then we'll pick do our predictions for the Purdue game.
Do we want to preview this game first?
I mean, we could do that with our prediction or score prediction.
Let's go pick some games then.
And the Cubs won, if anybody cares out there.
Yeah, I just
Big Ten Friday night, Rutgers at Washington, who's a 10.5 point favorite.
Man, what's the mileage that Rutgers has to travel for this game?
A lot. Send the equipment guys probably left Monday. Seattle.
They have
to. They drive, right?
They drive truck.
Yeah.
God, that's miserable. What's the spread?
10.5.
I think Washington covers that.
I did too.
Yep.
They're better than I thought they were going to be.
Good win by
Washington. Good. I thought they're a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they were down a lot at Maryland and came back and won. So, Fox big new number 1 Ohio State is a 14.5 point favorite at number 17 Illinois.
I think Ohio State doubles that. I think it'll be close the first half, but I think just Ohio State's just too good.
got weapons everywhere. I think Illinois keeps it close for half, and then Ohio State pulls
the
away.
fact that Purdue could put up points in Illinois, like, what's Jeremiah Smith going to do?
Yep.
Like,
my bold prediction of them making a Big Ten title game ain't happening now.
nope.
Yeah. Well, it's not only that. There's too many other good teams right now in the Big Ten, too. So,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Sure.
UCLA with maybe the upset of the last 20 years, if you're not, or maybe 30 years if you take out Appalachian State over Michigan in 07, at Michigan State, who's an 8.5-point favorite. I'm taking Sparty. I think
I am too.
UCLA comes back down to earth.
I don't think Michigan State's that good.
I don't either, Aaron, but
you just wonder if like UCLA's just been feeling themselves all week because of one.
Yeah, because give me Sparty.
I mean, because you have to because that was a first time coordinator, right? The guy who was calling the plays, like he hadn't called plays here. So now you've got
now you got tape on him.
It's on tape, yeah.
Yeah, I remember he was their quarterback like 10 years ago, right?
Yep. His dad was coach. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His dad was coach of Washington when they played us in the Rose Bowl all those years ago.
Oh, okay.
Rick. Yep. So there was a cool thing. He works for CBS in studio.
Yeah, it was a cool video.
There was a cool footage of him watching. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nebraska 6.5-point favorites at Maryland. Both teams 4-1.
Yeah.
I'll take Maryland. Why not?
Mike Loxley has been very underappreciated. I will say that.
Yeah.
I think last week, unfortunately, I still think third year Matt Rule's teams they perform. So I'm going to go Nebraska.
I'm
going to stick with Maryland. I think it's a close one.
If Maryland would have won last week, I think they're ranked this week. 5-0, but pray for Northwestern. They go to pissed off Penn State team who's 21.5-point favorites. It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, it's gonna get real ugly.
Is it? Because Drew Aller does not look that good.
Oh, if Franklin loses, he's fired after the game.
There's no way.
That's my bold prediction.
There's no way they're going to pay that buyout.
Oh, they'll find a way.
I guarantee UNC would be at the doorstep asking, "You want him? I will take him from you."
If he's done at Penn State come December, or January, whenever he'll get a job real quickly. I mean, he's a good coach. It's I think it's time for a split for both parties. He's got them back to relevancy, but he can't get over to the next hump. It's just not going to happen.
They could do a lot worse.
They could do a lot worse.
But look at Nebraska. I mean,
that's example one. Example 1A. Do not do that. Like, keep this guy regardless. I mean, I understand
he can't win the big one.
If he wins on Ohio State, which he never has, then I think this is all water in the bridge. But Drew Aller can't.
I guess I'm already checking that up on SNL. So
Drew
Aller for a fourth-year senior has regressed. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's not impressive.
He might be a UD undrafted free agent at this point. He looks horrendous.
Yeah.
But yes, give me the Cats. Don't know.
I couldn't name a single player on. Actually, I could name one player on Northwestern. I take that back. Yanni.
Oh yeah, I was like, I can't. Yeah.
Wasn't Davila there?
No, he's at.
He's at Nebraska, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes,
he's at Nebraska.
Sorry,
it was on our game. He went to.
Yeah, he's on our game.
On our game, he went to Northwestern. Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
And North Texas
weaving into reality.
Yeah, well, that's all I have to look forward to. Okay, go Rice. Everybody's like, turn the podcast off now. We just lost everybody. Game day out in Eugene.
This is game day. I didn't see that.
Yeah, this is game day.
Makes sense.
I was shocked game day wasn't at Alabama for Missouri, Alabama.
Isn't also this weekend the Red River Shootout? I saw.
Yeah, but Texas is just losing everywhere.
I feel they still do because the SEC and.
I thought they might go to Champagne's never had it. They're one of the only
Yeah.
schools. I thought
I
they might
think
go there. but-
because of the fact that they got their doors blown off a couple weeks ago. I think that ruined it.
Yeah. Well, and this is a top 10 matchup.
Yeah.
Number 7, Indiana. I just puked in my mouth. At number 3, Oregon. Oregon's only a 7.5-point favorite now. It was 13.5 at one time.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people saying. I saw quite a few people predicting with the upset.
Guys, if Indiana wins this game, we have to start taking them seriously as national title contenders. I hate saying that, but
yep.
I don't think they're going to win. I think Oregon wins by about 13. But if IU wins, like, we got to start not only taking them serious for the Big Ten, but for a bigger picture.
I was listening to what Gary Danielson was saying today because he's calling the game, and he really believes IU has a shot to win this game.
I think they do too. I think our defense is solid. I
think
it's
off
a
good start.
I mean, we'll see what Oregon. I think Oregon's defense is gonna. I think that's where that's gonna be one of our losses on. So I think I do wonder because Dante Moore's a freshman, right? So you do wonder like a freshman versus that
No,
sophomore?
he's a sophomore.
Okay,
sophomore.
That's right.
He started true freshman under Chip Kelly at UCLA.
That's right. Okay. I don't know. I trust Dan Lanning though. He's a hell of a coach. I think it'll be a good game, unfortunately. But I think I'd like to maybe like it'd be 13, but only because of like a backdoor like touchdown with like a minute left or something where it was a 20-point game. But
like their Ohio State game last year.
Yeah.
Dan Lanning. I was here the other day. I listened to him like Lynch does with the White Sox. I listen to a lot of Broncos stuff during games, pregame, postgame, and an insider said Dan Lanning and Matt Campbell are the two college coaches right now that NFL circles are kind of sniffing around right now. They're the two. So
he's got it made out there, though.
He does. Campbell might leave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But,
if he hasn't left for another college job, by this point, pro is probably the next step. But Lanning with the resources of Phil Knight. They got screwed last year by their own success of getting the bye week and having Ohio State
again.
Yeah. Good point.
I think he's a hell of a coach. And both teams have had off, but I think Dan Lanning's just an absolute psycho in like the best way possible.
Yeah, he's good. Oregon's had so many good coaches in a row. Well, Taggart was interesting.
Cristobal was good. He's having success in Miami.
Yeah, I always forget Cristobal was there. I always forget that.
Yep.
Did he leave for Miami?
Yep, he left for Miami because he's a alumnus there.
Right. Yep. He went back home and he could recruit. He knew how to recruit down there. It was perfect fit. Iowa 3.5-point favorites at Wisconsin. Have you guys seen Wisconsin's remaining schedule?
Yep.
No.
All right. So they got Iowa this week, Ohio State at home the following week, at Oregon.
Woof.
Washington at home, at Indiana.
Oh my
Illinois
God.
at home, at Minnesota.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking 4 and 8 might be the ceiling.
Yeah.
Fickle's done, man.
Yeah.
He done.
Is there quarterback?
Why can't we get him
all this year?
Edwards.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I thought I saw he might play this week.
Yeah, but it's kind of like more set with us. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he just maintain?
Yeah, they need him because O'Neill's been awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to that means I'm taking Wisconsin. Why not?
No, Iowa.
If Iowa has to play their backup QB, who looked like he'd never thrown a football in his life prior to that fourth quarter against Indiana, Wisconsin should win. But
I'll take Wisconsin at home, but I thought Fickle was the perfect guy to go up there, and it just not went well. Of course, I didn't think he was going to go up there. Let's scrap everything that's worked the last 30 years for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Start fresh and bring in this air raid. And
Never should have fired Paul Chryst.
Yeah, so the grass isn't always greener.
Nope.
This should be a good one. Number 15, Michigan at USC, who is a 2.5-point favorite.
Give me Michigan on this one. I think they're trending.
Yeah.
I'll go USC. Nothing will surprise. I think Michigan's better in the trenches, but I think USC has more athletes and a better quarterback.
USC's banged up.
Yeah,
they've had some injuries. That's why.
They need this one though if they want any chance of doing something, and they got at Notre Dame next week. So, yeah. Top 25. Let's see if we have any decent matchups here.
Got a few.
We do. We have Alabama, Missouri.
Yeah, number 8 Alabama, 3.5-point favorite at Missouri, who's number 14. I'll take Alabama. I think they're focused now more than they have been all year.
I think so too.
Give me Missouri.
I see this line's flipped since Monday. As of Monday, Texas was actually favored in this game, and now number 6 Oklahoma is a 1.5-point favorite. Yeah,
I think
Texas was a
Oklahoma
2.5-point favorite on
large.
Monday. I do too. I do too.
I don't know. I feel like both these teams are imposters to me.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin. Wow. I think Oklahoma's a little overrated at 6. But
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, the refs gave them that Auburn game, and Auburn's not that good.
You're right. They did.
And Mateer's supposed to be back this week, so
yeah.
I don't think he did.
He was a Heisman candidate
Correct.
the first 3 weeks.
I don't see either team. It's this imposter, and I really don't care who wins this game, to be honest.
Shout out to I hate the AP poll, but shout out to the writers for actually doing something and dropping them and Penn State out of the rankings for losing god awful games.
Yep. Preseason number 1 and 2, not ranked.
Do you think Napier saved his job last week?
No.
Oh. Good win for him, but no.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Especially this week.
Yeah.
Who's it? Oh, at A&M.
Texas.
How's A&M only a 7.5-point favorite in that?
Don't know.
SEC, who knows? I don't know. I don't believe it.
I guess Florida does have talent, but yeah. No, I think A&M cruises in that one. I think Georgia whoops Auburn at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think LSU smokes South Carolina. Notre Dame's going to smoke NC State, unfortunately. Man, that spreads up to 23.5. Holy crap.
South Carolina's
NC State's 4-2. It's not like they're awful. I hope Iowa State smacks Colorado.
South Carolina being 3-2. Do you think Beamer potentially looks, if things don't go well, do you think he looks at Virginia Tech? I know he kind of took. I think he took South Carolina kind of make his own path, but I don't know.
Virginia Tech would give him a leash. So.
Oh yeah.
But
also, that's tough too, though. That's so tough. It's your dad, but still, it's
yeah.
That's a lot.
Easier conference.
Easier conference, family legacy. Your dad created that. You're just one to add on to it, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to business here. Purdue, Minnesota. So the line's down to 7.5 here. It opened up 10.5. I don't know a ton about Minnesota. I know Lindsey's their quarterback. Their loss at Cal's not aging very well right now. They got blitzed by Ohio State last week, but Ohio State blitzes everybody. So
I don't think their offense is great. Now we'll see how that fares against Purdue's Swiss cheese secondary, but I don't know.
Barry's very familiar with Lindsey. He and Garrett went to the same high school in Fayetteville, so can't hurt. Three former Boilers on Minnesota's roster.
Who? I know.
I gotta pull it up now.
Oh, who's the one I was thinking of?
Drew Bibber.
Bibber, that's what I was thinking of.
And then I gotta look it up here.
Yep.
Yeah. I gotta look it up. I just read it earlier this week. Mo, the lineman Mo.
Amadade or whatever.
Yep. He's there.
Wasn't he from West Lafayette?
Yep.
That traitor.
Now I gotta find the other guy. Just sort of my previous school here.
It's great audio.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I know. I mean,
Jaden Ball. So 2 offensive linemen.
Okay.
Or offensive lineman, defensive lineman, and no.
Tight end.
Is that O or D? That's a D. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman, and tight end. Yep. I don't know if any of them are doing anything, but they're there. Yep. They must like rowing the boat.
I mean, credit to Fleck. I mean, his teams are usually pretty consistent.
Yeah, they are. They're tough.
I go back to when him and Braun were hired. It was like, who's going to be this school longer? And I was like, I would have bet my non-existent mortgage at the time that
100%
Braun would have stayed in pretty wait. I thought Fleck was 2 and done. Like he's gonna have 2.
Now he's in year 9.
Yeah, he's gonna have like 2, 8 win years and get poached by the SEC or something, because I thought he was really slimy. But yeah, credit to him. Good old.
Yeah, he's a vet now. He's a vet in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I just remember his wife wanted nothing to do with us during that time period. Because
was that
true? Really like
was that true?
It wasn't big enough city.
That's the rumor, at least.
Yeah.
Indy's an hour away, lady. Come on.
Yeah, but when you're in Minneapolis, it's kind of a little different.
Yeah.
Colder there.
Yeah.
Very much colder. Maybe she liked wearing fur coats. I don't know.
Big Timberwolves fan. She is.
Wild, more or less.
Lynx.
Yeah.
They don't have a soccer team, do they? I don't think they do.
No, they have all major sports. Because they're the only.
No way they have soccer with how cold it is up there.
I believe they do. I'll look it up. But let's get to our score prediction, bowl prediction, spice predictions. Let's get some good audio going.
I'll go first. Boilers by 1 million. No, I'm just
Really?
No, I picked Purdue to win. Duh. I'm saying 30-27. Man. I'll say bold prediction. Purdue forces an interception. Just rinse and repeat from last week. Spicy prediction. Man,
I called for 2 last week. So I was way off.
See, man, Purdue secondary gives up less than 220 yards to the air.
Sure.
I like our chances of that happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minnesota. While you're thinking, I'll kill some dead air time. Minnesota does have an MLS team. It's Minnesota United FC. So they have all major sports teams, and yet they have not won a championship on any of them. Shout out to the Twins living in utter
That's sad.
abyss. I'll kill the airtime with mine then, since you want to think some more.
All right. Go ahead.
All right,
Go ahead.
Minnesota 35-17 over Purdue.
Oh my God.
Anthony Smith is going to be the player of the game with 3 sacks.
Why didn't you get player of the
game? Bold prediction. McAllister averages over 55 net yards.
God.
I knew it was going to be punts or penalties. I knew it was going to be one or the other.
No, I don't want to go into penalties. Yeah.
My player of the game is Tony Grimes, back off the injury list, assuming he plays.
Okay. I'll be honest. My head says Minnesota, but my heart's saying Purdue because I really think Purdue just needs one win. They can get going. I think if they win this one, they can win the next 2 after that.
You also thought they were going to win last week, so you better just go.
I did.
Go Boat Boy.
Purdue 20. I cannot take PJ Fleck. Never. Purdue 27, Minnesota 20. Player of the game, I'm going Antonio Harris. Picks up where he left off last week. I'm still a big Devin Mockabee guy, one of my favorite Boilers of all time, but I like what I see from this kid. 1-2 punch would be nice. And I'll stick with him for my bold. Over 100 yards from the kid. Why not?
The only way we're winning this game is that CJ Madden and Nunley are in the backfield. That's my thing, because then the secondary doesn't have to sit out there and cover and look like Swiss cheeses, in the words of Evan.
Yeah. And that's how you create turnovers. So
they're not a great running team like they have been in the past against us, and that's where they kill us. So it'll be interesting if Drake Lindsey can't play that well and ball out against our secondary.
7:30 start on the Big Ten Network. So you can always listen to Tim Newton and Mark Herman too. If you can't catch the game, they're always fun to listen to. So, all right, let's pay some bills and let everybody know about our great sponsors, which the first one is Mad Mushroom. And I don't have the read up because I am a procrastinator. You think I'd have this memorized after
No, it's all right. I got you. So the Boiler Breakdown is brought to you by Mad Mush. Serving Boilermakers since 1993, Mad Mush is located in the heart of West Lafayette. It's well known for the home of the original cheese stick. Whenever any of the crew of the Boiler Breakdown are in town, we like to sit down, have an ice cold beer while trying out their latest pizza of the month. And the latest pizza of the month is actually a dessert pizza.
Looks awesome. Looks awesome.
Yes.
This is incredible.
This screams diabetes. So their caramel apple pie has their brown sugar sauce, probably well loaded with some sugar, topped with lots of apples, hopefully Granny Smith, crushed with graham crackers, walnuts, and cinnamon, finished with a caramel drizzle. So next time you're in town, order online, tell them the Boiler Breakdown sent you, and use the promo code BREAK5 for any $5 off an order over $20. Mad Mushroom, feed your head.
Give me like 4 of those.
I was going to say, I'm easily ordering over $20 worth of just those alone. Love dessert pizzas.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to be having insulin and pricking my fingers.
Who cares?
Worth it. Worth it.
One slice is enough of that.
One bite, everybody knows the rules, huh? Oh, I better not say that. I'm going to get sued now.
You might want to blur that out.
That's all right. If he listens to this podcast, then we're doing something right. So, Michigan sucks, Dave. Okay. Webby, let us know about our other great sponsor, The Shop, which you're wearing a sharp-looking shirt from The Shop, and I got this good-looking tumbler I'm drinking out of tonight.
Yep. In honor of the basketball schedule being fully released, I wore a basketball shirt today. It is the month of October, so therefore there is Boilermaker basketball this week, even though it's an exhibition. Doesn't matter. Love it. But yeah, I mean, the shop's been serving hometown fans and hometown apparel since 2011. They've got 3 retail locations across Indianapolis area, 1 in Carmel, 1 in Broad Ripple, 1 in downtown Indy. So if you're in the Indianapolis area, make sure you check them out. Boilermaker owned. Great place to pick up some all things Indiana, all the schools. Even if you're a Ohio State fan, they got some stuff there too for you. If you can't make it in person, make sure you go online, shopindy.com, use promo code BREAKDOWN, you get free shipping off your entire order. I know they were kind of pushing their Braden Smith shirt that they created towards the end of last year that I need to get now.
Preseason Big Ten Player of the Year, Braden Smith.
Unanimous.
Yep. We're in watch list too.
Yep. Obviously exciting times, and check out the shop. Glad to have them back and make some great stuff.
My closing question to you guys is basketball related. I know we all 3 got to get going here, so I won't take up too much time, but I was thinking about this today.
Another hour about basketball.
Well, we'll have plenty of time here in like 2 weeks. And I'm talking like secondary market or maybe not even secondary market. I don't know. Anyways, are Purdue basketball tickets the hardest sporting event tickets to get in the state of Indiana?
I'd say exclusivity, probably.
I think they are.
Yeah. You
Right
say
now.
excluding secondary market? Did you say excluding?
I mean, if we're talking secondary market, there were some of the most expensive ones.
Yeah, they're
just in the door.
Yeah, I would say
yeah, I think so too, because I could hear people right now. Well, the Colts, Lucas Oil got 65,000 seats or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still not gonna get in the door cheap because NFL prices are pretty crazy.
Right. Notre Dame football. I don't know.
Receiver.
But Notre Dame football holds 80-some thousand.
Yeah.
So I always see people on Facebook having tickets available. Now they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Indiana football, not cheap, but you can still get tickets. Indiana basketball, easier to get than Purdue, I think.
Yeah.
Right now.
17,000 plus whatever it holds. That's a good question. Yeah. Just because of sheer exclusivity. Yeah.
I mean, think what's happened to ticket prices the last 5 years. I mean, that's the only downside of being a good basketball program is harder to get tickets, and when you get them, they're more expensive. But hey, that's the price that happens when you're good. Everybody wants to watch you. So I was just thinking about that today when I was working. I'm like, it's just like the first time I think I can ever say that. But
yeah, I want to say something to Jason. I saw this on Hair and Rails. They did the math in regards to what's going to cost you to watch Purdue basketball this season. It's going to cost you before taxes $199, and that's using a free trial FUBU TV for the tournament in November.
That's cheaper than I thought it would be. To be honest.
Yeah, there's 17 games across Fox, CBS, Peacock. Yeah, 17 games, which is the most in the Big Ten.
They even did crazy. Because I know you both are lovers of Big Ten Plus.
Oh yeah, it's so great. Commentary stellar. That's the man, and boom goes the dynamite. Might as well bring that guy on.
I was blown away to see that Kent State game on Big Ten Plus. I know it's during
and it's December 29th.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. I'm like, the UNE games Big Ten Plus. Okay, it's an exhibition. I don't need it. And then you said two. I'm like, what? They looked at me like, why in December?
Yeah. Usually it's like, I don't know if it's the first Is it the Evansville game? Because usually the first game's always like on Big Ten
Network this year.
It's on Peacock.
Okay, because usually the first, at least recently, the first game's always been like
you're right
network because first game we've been good, and then like the second game is Big Ten Plus.
Yep.
But yeah, the Kent State one, I saw it, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? December 29th, I still got to use. Can't even do like a month trial.
And we're only on ESPN2 because of Alabama and SEC media rights. That's the only reason.
Which I'm surprised that's ESPN2 right now. There's got to be a better game unless there's going to be a better game already on ESPN right now. Because
Alabama's not supposed to be as good, are they, this year? I mean, it's still going to be a tough game. Don't get me wrong.
It's going to be a top 25 game.
They're not like they've been the last 2 years.
Yeah, they lost a lot.
What's the day of that game again?
December. It's November. It's early. I'm pretty sure. Maybe no. I'm trying to find it. November 13th, Thursday, November 13th.
Holy cow! That's a lot earlier than I thought it was.
Yeah, it is. That's like our first.
Sorry, I got that Marquette mixed up because Marquette's December 13th.
Yeah. So we start with Evansville, Oakland at Bama. I mean, thankfully we're playing at Kentucky for the exhibition, so at least that sort of environment should be. But obviously, it's still an exhibition. But
true. I won't. It'll be rocking. Those teams will take it serious. Those teams will take it serious.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to Hammer Rails for putting that together and saying like you did a free trial. I was like,
it is wild anymore to follow any of your sports teams. Like if you want to make sure whether it's NFL, MLB, NBA, like if you want to watch every game, you got to shell out some money to do it. It's crazy.
Well, NBA might be cheaper this time around because it's just Prime and ESPN. It might be actually the cheapest.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, I guess though, if you really want to watch, you got to get NBA
Pass. League Pass. That's the only thing.
You're a Washington Wizards fan.
You're a Washington Wizards fan. You need to be in the Hall of Fame of fans.
I agree. They might be the least cared about franchise in sports.
Most irrelevant, franchise and all.
I forget they're even in existence most of the time. I mean,
yeah.
And then the number 2 pick last year, 2 years ago, Sarr. Alex Sarr. No, sucks. Anyhow, only one note I want to make is just the portal window. It's now 15-day window, and from January 2nd to the 16th.
Unless you're playing in
the college football playoff.
Yeah.
And dummy me, why can't we move it back? Well, I forgot. They are student athletes, so they're supposed to be enrolled to go to class. Yeah, that's why I said I even forgot. They're supposed to do that, especially the ones that are playing in the playoff. But
I mean, you can't tell me Bryce Underwood goes to class.
Yeah,
probably not step foot in the classroom. Probably all on the computer.
It's probably having ChatGPT do it.
I would like to think universities, especially one as prestigious as Michigan, would block those, but you never know. I don't know. It's crazy how much it's changed in 10 years. It makes me sick, to be honest. But
it is what it is.
Oh, it is what it is. We can't do anything about it.
Yep.
So, any final thoughts going in Saturday?
Row the boat.
Sink the boat.
Yeah, sink that. Put the plug on that boat and let it sink.
Row, baby.
Oh, my gosh. With that, let's boil up, hammer down, and beat Goldie and the Golden Gophers.
Boil up.